Hello everybody, it is the end of July, meaning it is time for an end of month movie ranking. Now this month, ironically enough, ended up being the best month for horror on this channel so far as of 2025. With of the 6 new horror movies that I saw this year, I would say the top 5 of the 6 this month I would give a decent or positive review to. With the only negative one I did give a pretty negative review to on this channel. So only one negative, one bad movie of this bunch, so that is not bad at all. Now, with that being said, let's get into the movies I watched this month. At number 6, I have I'll Always Know You Did Last Summer from 2006. Now, this is the third movie in the I Know You Did Last Summer franchise, and I knew it was bad even before I watched it. The only reason I watched this was I did my I Know What You Did Last Summer franchise, went through every movie and ranked them at the end on this channel. And this one I did not expect to be as bad as it was. It was terrible. Now this is about teenagers who commit an act on the 4th of July who come to get their karma a year later. Now, this movie could have been good if they changed the entire movie. The characters were bad, the acting was not great, the way they connected the franchise with the killer being the killer from the first 2 movies, which was already pronounced as dead by the second one, was incredibly stupid. Not only does it connect in that way, it's also, this has never been a supernatural. I don't know why he chose to attack them, but it was stupid. It could have been interesting if they took the fisherman legend and did something, but they did it all wrong. It's pretty stupid. I would not recommend this of the franchise. It was awful. At number 5, I have The Twin. Now, this was the one I went to the movie premiere went with. And this is about a father who loses his son and how he has to live and deal with it. Now, I'm not a huge fan of big mental health prone movies like this, and that's what this is. And to me, I thought this movie was good. There was actually a really heartfelt montage towards the end moment where I really did feel it, and that did get me super kind of like emotional. That did get to me. And I do think that they handle the subject with sensitivity, which they gave a lot of heart to and they described. And they did say they have in the Q&A have to give it a little to make it entertaining. But I do think they handled it to the best of their ability. And the acting is fine for me. No, really, the acting's fine. But where this movie does lose me a little bit is not only am I a big fan of this kind of genre, they had a full hanging scene, like neck, rope, and I don't like seeing that in movies. That's a whole personal thing for me, so once I saw it, I was like, no, I don't like that. And that's really the big thing that held me back from this movie. I still think it was good. I think it was something new that I didn't really see, that I don't really check out those type of movies. It was fine, it was a good movie, but it's just really not my cup of tea generally. At number 4, I have I Know What You Did Last Summer, the 2025 remake. Now, this is about teenagers who make a mistake on the 4th of July, and it comes to haunt them a year later. Now, I was let down by this movie. I did like some things about this movie. I liked the reveal of the killer and the way they actually go in this franchise, because I kind of called it in the beginning that Stevie was the killer, and I was actually all for the ride of the killer being in the group, because that is something this franchise never really did before. And they also had Ray be one of the killers, which I was again all for. I'm not the biggest huge fan of the I Know We Did Last Summer franchise, so I wasn't like butthurt. I thought that was really ballsy for this franchise. The way they handle his character and the way they do all that was not great at all, but I can respect that they did that ballsy thing, and I don't mind him being the killer. And Stevie's character, I don't mind her being the killer, and I actually like that they did that. I just don't think they handled it well in the movie. There's also a lot of fan service in this one, and I did like some of it. Whenever Sarah came back and her Helen moment, I enjoyed that one. Even the effect of the blood, I really enjoyed that one moment. And I do like that we could see Southport and just how they even call out how things changed. However, I was not a really big fan of the characters in this one, because the new cast, like I said before, is kind of like a carbon copy of the original We have the main girl who was just like Julie, who's kind of reminding me of Julie, and the other girl who reminded me of Helen, who even they point that movie out so many times, her visiting the grave, her comparing herself to her, and she's like me, her getting visited. Yeah, there's a lot of that, so I wasn't really a big fan of the new remaining characters. So overall, it was a decent slasher with a lot of fan service, and if you do like this franchise, I would say check it out, but it's fine. Just a lot of fan service, and they do go somewhere that I think a lot of people were upset about. Now, number 3, The Funhouse Massacre. This is a 2005 movie about a bunch of crazy people and murderers and killers who get out of where they were and they take over a haunted house. And this movie generally is my cup of tea. I really love this one. This is just a fun horror movie. The gore is fun, the killers are fun, the way they trap people, and just the way the characters try to escape them is funny. The interaction with the cops are funny, because there was one dumb cop they made fun of the entire time that made me absolutely laugh the entire time. I also highly enjoyed just the characters we get and how they interact with everyone. Even the killers, people make fun of them. They're like, Taylor. Oh, so it was really funny. And as a scare actor, which I feel like I bring up so many times, but I just get a really good kick out of this one, especially people going through. It is a good one. If you are into just fun slashers, I would definitely check this one out, because this one is chef's kiss good. At number 2, now number 1 and 2 are very hard because both I really enjoyed, and they're very close together. They could be slim together except for one point that separates them. And at number 2, the newest addition on this is Together. Together is about a couple who lands themselves in a curse and they have to figure it out. And I like a lot about this movie. I like the way they handle the relationship between our two main characters and leads. I like the way that they really portray the little details, even from the beginning, of how they feel and the indifference, but not being able to let go of each other, and just how they could codependency together towards the end of them just becoming one person. And that message is very clear in this movie, what they're saying about toxic relationships, codependency, and I think they handled that subject well as having good gory scenes. Now, some could say that last scene towards the end with the body taking over, that with little CGI, that could not be great for some people, but I didn't personally mind that in the movie. It kind of creeped me out with someone getting in your, that kind of creeped me out. The music, though, I liked the last touch of the song with the Spice Girls. I enjoyed that bit, but the other music was like hit or miss for me on this one. And that was the only thing that kind of wrote it down to me. The Spice Girls bit I enjoyed, but maybe cut before that, the music, it was fine, man. I didn't really care for it. So overall, I would say Together is a really good movie, and it's out in theaters right now. Check it out if you haven't. It is a really solid, really good movie. Just go in blind. It's great. At number 1, I have Dead Talents Society. Now, this is a 2024 movie, and this is foreign. There's so much love I have for this movie. I watched this whole thing, was never not entertained once, never bored. I think the pacing on this one is really, really good. I enjoy the commentary they make about just society and gone viral, and this does tell the story of a ghost who has to make an urban legend before she disappears. Which already enough, I really like that, because you follow a ghost, and it is a very unique take on a ghost story, because the ghost stories really are not that unique, but this is a unique, and it's currently streaming on Netflix right now, guys. And the characters are fun. This movie also is very heartfelt too. The end was such a sweet moment, kind of bonded the group, if that makes sense. And this has so much commentary on a lot. It's entertaining, it's good, it's funny, there is a lot of comedy. Now, I'm not from where it is originated, and so some comedy things went right over my head, but again, I enjoyed this one. It is a phenomenal film. I really don't have any negatives to say about it, and check it out on Netflix if you have not. Now, that does conclude the end of month ranking for July. Comment down below if you any of these new movies or you're going to, and I'll see you guys soon in a couple days with a brand new video.